said, I was in a situation where I was in between the marriage. I was between dad and mom, say this to mom, say this to dad. And my emotional state wasn't the greatest. I was on my difficult rock bottom mental health. I would hide in my living room, my parents' house living room, from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. And I would eat hot Cheetos, chips, lemon, tapatio. I would eat ice cream 1 minute, and then I would eat lollipops in 1 second. I would go back to the hot Cheetos. I would go back to random food. Just I couldn't be satisfied. I had a really high anxiety. I didn't have any self-control, and I wasn't even hungry. It was just an appetite of anxiety that I was eating my emotions away. And I would watch a lot of movies and Netflix and series to escape my reality. So I was trying to find holiday movies during springtime, and I would watch, I would watch comedy movies during holidays, and just to kind of feel something. I wanted to feel and cry and smile and laugh and feel some type of emotion, because I was in depression. And I would lock myself a lot in the room if I wasn't being asked for help or translation, or if I didn't have to pick up any medication or anything. And so that's basically, I hid myself for 6 months off social media on any type. I turned off my phone, zero contact. I basically escaped. And my only focus was my mom, and at that time as well, my dad. Gladly, when I discovered this supplementation, I was able to shed off 37 pounds in just 9 weeks with our ACG program. So the person who invited you today, definitely, if you're tired of being overweight, or you want to just do a program that's really fast paced, then I really recommend that program. But you have to be very disciplined and open to following instructions for it to work well for you. So the person who invited you to this phone call would be able to guide you. They are an expert in this field. And thanks to that testimonial, within the first 5 pounds that I started shedding off, I opened my Instagram all over again. I said hello to people and said the reason why I was missing, a reason why I had escaped, the reason why I wasn't active. And a lot of people related, because it was around the end of the pandemic time. So with that said, a lot of people asked me, what was I taking? What was I consuming? And honestly, all I wanted to do is help, until I discovered in that same week that through helping others, I can help myself pay off my student debt. I had $15,000 of student debt, fresh out of the master's, zero job, zero employment, which I thought I would be employed by then, but I wasn't. And so I had $15,000 debt, and I had $8,000 credit cards. And I was stressed. I got knocked on the door at my parents' house, and they told me I had a year to pay off the $8,000, and I had to pay for $100 a month, and I didn't have any cash flow coming through. And I thought about photography, didn't work out. I thought about selling potatoes in the street. It worked out for my first payment, but then I realized I need to do something more. And so I discovered this opportunity. Really grateful to my mentor, Adriana Esparza, who was able to guide me step by step. And because of that, I was able to, pay off my debt in just a course of 1 year through this opportunity, and leave my parents' house. On my second year of this opportunity, I was able to become an independent woman at the age of 30, in which I was a dream come true, because I always visualized myself with my own place at 30. I wanted a house, but right now an apartment is at the right now where it works out best for me at the moment. But the next 5 years, I definitely want to have my own home and not have to ask or have any debt to borrow or anything. I want to have everything already cash in person to have that to open the key in the door in the house, and already everything's covered, and I don't have to worry about any of that debt or borrowing or things like that. So I'm really grateful, because I started out of nothing. I started at the bottom of my closet, my parents' house. I moved my clothes to the side. I just made it a little corner. I would transmit my Facebook Live, my Instagram Lives, my stories on the brown wall, and I just pretended everything was good, and I just kept sharing basically how I was feeling better. And I would never show my outside of the studio, I would just show the wall. And with that said, I'm here with you sharing. If you identify, if you're someone who is either fresh out of college, if you're someone who lives with your parents, if you're someone who has student debt, credit card debt, or any other type of debt that you're concerned about, and you're thinking, how am I going to pay this off? And you struggle at night to sleep because of it, because sometimes, I don't know if you can relate, but I felt like I had those huge numbers on my shoulders. I feel like I had huge red numbers on my shoulders. I would go to the grocery store and I felt like those $23,000, it was 2, 3, and then like the 3 zeros. I feel like everywhere I would go, I would have those red numbers with me. And it was Jasmine Rios, 23,000, and she owed that. And and I just felt like it would carry me energetically everywhere. And I just felt very tight and very limited. And there was a time where I didn't have $5 for a tank of gas. For an event, I was out of town, 2 hours away from home. It was midnight, and I didn't have $3. I barely had $3 for my brother's ice cream, which it was a birthday. And it was those moments where I was like, okay, you have to do something. So with this opportunity, I was able to be debt free, and the activities that really helped me to get that debt free was the following, which I hope you're taking notes. That way you can definitely enjoy this training. So what are scoring activities? Scoring activities are basically the key points that help you advance in your business. So the three-way phone calls, that's something that I did right away. People asked me through message and Instagram what I was doing, and I didn't know how to explain it. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how much to charge. I didn't even know how to create packets. And so I called my upline right away and I asked, this person has this and this and this, and they need help with this, and what do I say? And she's like, connect me with that person. So all I had to do on my first week when I first started was three-way call my mentor and the friend or the new client, and I let her do the talking. And as a student, I would grab my notebook and I would take notes, and I would write down everything she would ask that person, and I would get the rhythm of what she would ask. And then until within 3 to 5 phone calls, I felt independent enough to do it on my own. And then I started taking phone calls on my own, so I wouldn't have to, take much of her time as well. And that's how I started becoming independent from the first week of discovering this implementation and knowing that I can help more people. So if you are new and you don't know what to say, how to create packets, please know that you have to be in contact with the person who invited you to this opportunity. They're here to guide you. They're here to protect you. They're here to give you the best of the best. And their only intention is for you to grow. So definitely message them, text them, copy and paste the chats. What do I say? What do I reply? The more lenient and open-minded and student format you are, the better you would have as an outcome, especially as a starter. That way you can get familiar with the content and you're going to become an expert. Okay. So social media lives really help for the people around you, your friends, your family, and any strangers that you're meeting in social events. They get to know who you are. What's your favorite color? How you dress? What's the hair color? What's your hair color? What color is your nails? Like, they get to know details about you, your personality, your jokes, and then your knowledge, and then you get the lives is for the person to connect with you. Like, who are you? Who is who's Jeanette, or who is Ileana? Or who are they? Like, they want to know who they're buying, because at the end of the day, they're gonna buy because they see that you're someone loyal, someone who's attentive, someone who's patient, someone who's kind, someone who's open-minded, someone who's wanting to help people with good intentions. So they want to know, is this person a good person that I can trust for a situation that I have? So I can message them and say, hey, I trust this person because they're active. I see them. They're communicative. They know what they're talking about. And I see them that they're trying really hard, and I saw their testimonial. So the big piece is testimonial and sharing it massively. With that said, I'm inviting people to this phone call, to this Zoom meeting. Really great for more people, your clients who are coming to the opportunity. They know like what it is more in depth, and they get trained as well. And today's topic is to learn more about how to help your new team members have home parties, coffee parties, and tea parties. This is really important because this has been the main thing that has helped me help more people massively in a short period of time. And there's so many more people to help. But this activity has really helped with massive duplication, especially for those clients who are transitioning to be part of the team. Once they know how to do a home party, coffee party, then they're most likely to be independent as well and do it on their own. So if they live in a certain city and you live at another city, you show them 1 or 3 times. They get to observe you, they take the notes, and then they feel more confident to do it themselves independently at their own city. So just imagine, yesterday we talked about the monthly goals, right, that we have to reach per, like, for example, we talked about the $2,000 extra income example, and we had to have a number of 80 products per month. So how else would you complete the 80 products, 80 products per month? You would through these home parties, through these coffee parties, because you can have one coffee party at another city from another team member, another person from another city from another team member, and then you have your own. So there's 3 coffee parties going on at the same time, and if they're all following the law of the envelope, then you're massively duplicating, you're massively growing your whole business in the month. So you're going to be able to reach your goal. And of course, for someone to feel confident on how to do the home parties, coffee parties, it's really important for them to know the basics of the product, get that training. That way they feel confident on what to say. And more of a reason, if you have a leader that has already invited you to coffee parties, home parties, and you haven't attended and you haven't gone, it's really important for you to take the time to go, because once you go and observe, you're going to get key points and key phrases from your upline, and you're going to be able to write it on your notes and be like, okay, when that person talks about this product, they say this phrase all the time. When they talk about that product, they say this phrase all the time. Ooh, okay, I've been catching her hand movements, her posture, her jokes in between to make it fun. So you get to learn the concept of what a coffee party is, so that when you do your own, you naturally put in your own personality and you feel confident and you already have the knowledge of the product. So with that said, another few other scoring activities for massive duplication is recognizing people when they go do a home party, coffee party. They're having they sell 3 products, or they sharing with a friend, or they're doing a live, share all that content on the group chat and cheer them on, put a thumbs up, put a confetti, applause, because the recognition that you receive from your teammates, you're going to get more pumped up, more excited, and more likely to keep going. So the energy flows, and that monthly recognition, top sales, and things like that, it really goes a long way. So with that said, really important to do a monthly successful plan with the team, so everyone knows what they're running for on each month. So here is the structure of a coffee party, especially if it's your first time hearing about it, or wondering, what is it? I keep hearing about it. So first thing is a flyer. I love doing a flyer. You're welcome to screenshot this image if you want to grab it and use it. I'll definitely share it as well on a group chat that I have for your leader who's here. We'll be able to share that with you. But all you need is a day, a time, and location. And you can make your own coffee party. Just put a date, put a time, and put a location. And don't worry if you don't have any confirmations, but the energy is important. Just, hey, I'm free. If you're free on Saturdays, you're free on Saturdays, and you're like, you know what, let me just promote it, and let's see, whoever shows up, and whoever confirms. and I'm just gonna practice. If it's 2 people, 3 people, 1 person, it could be a family member, something. No matter how many people show up that day, because I've had coffee parties where I have 0 attendance, and I have coffee parties for massive attendance. But every single one, regardless of the attendance, I go to that coffee party confident, prepared, and I go structured, and I document the coffee party as if there was a huge crowd, because everything is content in our industry. So if you don't have someone show up, but you go for it, make sure you record yourself, preparing a packet and like a gift bag, and having a little shout out. Thank you to everyone who showed up today. It was an amazing coffee party. Excited to see you for the next one. That's how you get started. When I first got started, I had a few show up, but there was times in between where it just didn't work out. The date I didn't get any confirmation, but I still went for it, right? And I've had that, and you make the best out of it. And the coffee party's main intention is selling products only. We don't talk about the business opportunity, only selling products. We provide free sampling. So I love taking these cute like trays where you can fill it up with the main samples that you have in your inventory. Only talk about the product that you have as inventory. You wouldn't want to talk about a product that you don't have as an inventory. So if you don't have a certain scope, then don't talk about that scope. You want to talk about the product that you have, because they're gonna want what you promote. So if they say, can I take a bag of those? Can I take 2 bags? And you're like, oh, I don't have it. And you're like, oh, it doesn't look so good, right? Because you're like, oh, what's the reason why we're doing the coffee party? So with that said, I love always asking them, as Ms. Italia Leal mentioned earlier, asking the person what kind of coffee they like. Do they like it dark? Do they like it sweet? Or do they like it mixed? If they like it dark, I always recommend the Scope Black. If they like it sweet, Scope Latte. And if they like it in between, the Scope Toncatali. And all of them are Scope coffees. They're thermogenic, so they really help out with diminishing the waistline and being able to transform body fat into energy. So that's why people feel so energetic, because it's working on us. And so with this coffee party, it's important to have fun, have the energy light, and play games. If you're able to take tickets, even better. You can ask a question as you're showing the presentation what each product is from what the ones you have. You can ask with the ticket, okay, what's the name of that product that gives you energy? You can drink it on the go, very easy to prepare. Children can consume it. It really helps with mental clarity, mental focus. And then you can ask the crowd, and they can say, oh, Orange Genius. And then awesome, you give them a ticket, and the more tickets people have, the more opportunity they have for the raffle that you have at the end. So really important to have a gift, prices, and they're going to be more likely to participate. They're going to be more engaged, and they're going to be having a blast with you. And you're going to be, laughing in between. And if they have a confusion, if they can't answer that question, then it gives you the opportunity to be more clear with them. Like, oh, great selection. I know you mentioned Life, but that's a capsule, it's a supplement. But I mentioned the drink, and then you talk about the Orange Genius again, or you open up the door to talk about Life. So either way, as you're playing the games, you're expanding your conversation, and you're expanding to talk about other products that you have, and it really keeps the conversation going. So you never feel like you're having silent moments. So on the coffee party, it's really important. If you're the one starting the coffee party, share your testimonial. I love having printouts like this one. Always, I have mine printed. It's the hard kind here. You can get that anywhere in the stores. And having different testimonials from any of your current clients, if you're able to print some out, so you have a variety displayed on your table. And if you are hosting the coffee party for someone else, another person from your team, then the person on the team, and we're gonna go next here. The person on the team is gonna share the testimonial, and they're gonna be able to say what they feel, their before, their after, and why they recommend the supplementation, and why they're grateful that everyone took the time to be here and present today. And that's how they transition you as to how they met you and why you're someone of trust, and that you're here to help him or her present a bit more of the supply line. And if they have questions, we'll be more than happy to ask them and answer them and so forth. I think we have the next slide, please. So your hard work pays off. In order to have a high engagement on your coffee party, it's really important to crave your product either through social media, if they've been following you for a while. That way, when they come to the coffee party and you announce that flyer, guess what? You're gonna have people interested to attend, because you've been craving that coffee for weeks now, for months. You've been creating those recipes for weeks and months. So they're gonna be like, oh, and if you say, I'm gonna be taking Orange Genius Jellos, and they keep seeing you promoting jellos throughout the week, guess what? They're gonna be like, oh, I want to go, I want to try those jellos. She keeps talking about them, and you're craving, you're giving them that that want, of tasting. And same with the recipes. The more creative you can be in the recipes, which we have a lot of recipes in our Vida Divina HQ Facebook. We have a lot of them in there as well that you're welcome to watch. And you can make cupcakes, you can make protein mug cakes, and promote your cappuccino. You can have cappuccinos as well. And basically, people come and enjoy and taste, and you ask them their opinion. What did you think? Was it crunchy enough? Was it spicy? Was it sweet? Was it what was it? What did it do to them? And you can get that as testimonials, and you get to hear the crowd. And if they say, oh, it's too sweet, or oh, it's perfect, then you get to hear what they like. If they're a sweet tooth person, if they like it less salty, less sweet, you get to learn more about your crowd. So that's it. That's why it's really important to promote your product throughout the week, so that when a coffee party comes, they know somehow what you're talking about or will be talking about, and you're intriguing them for them to attend. So you have to crave for ahead of time. So it's like you're planning ahead of time for these coffee parties. Okay, we'll have the next slide, please. And with that said, this is an example of what a coffee party, tea party, home party can look like. You're welcome to change the name on the flyer as you prefer. But this is basically one of our leaders. Her name is Jeanette Jimenez. She's from Salinas, California. She's in the far right, by the edge of the door. And basically, she asked me to help her do her first coffee party. And so she talked about the thank you to her friends. She promoted it with her coworkers, and everyone started showing up, and she gave her testimonial, how she felt before, how she felt after. Thank you so much for being here. And I discovered this through this person. And then she talked a little bit about how I've been helping her. And then she gave me the microphone, I guess you can say, the spotlight, for me to continue with the rest of the presentation for her, and help her close, or help her have results, and help her friends out so they can get their own packet. So when that happens, as a leader, someone who is helping someone grow, it's really important for us to come to the corner, as far as we can, and take a picture of that new teammate presenting, because these photos are key for documentation. They're key for promotion. They're key for someone to have credibility, that they know that they're speaking in public, that they're doing presentations, and they're more likely to use this photo as future content for their reels, their profile, and they're going to be able to use this photo for future presentations. So the more you can capture your teammates doing work, like you being outside of the photo and then they're doing it, the better. That way they can grow their business. And here, as you can see, we have people sampling the tea. So I always ask the person who is doing the coffee party to please prepare the tea the night before. So then when we attend, everything's already ready. And we just reboil the tea the day of as well. And then the person who is bringing in their friends, they have their inventory already. Ideally, they have their inventory already. They have the coffee samples already. So all we do to support our teammates is help their friends receive the information, and the teammate gets to take notes and learn what to say, so that we do it multiple times, and they're going to be leaders. So the purpose of this opportunity is to duplicate. The purpose of this opportunity is to create a version of you massively. So the only way is to, not throw them, but like just, hey, try it, whatever comes out naturally. And in this coffee party, we had her mom, who was already having her own testimonial. We had a friend of hers had a testimonial. So the mom hopped on with her testimonial, the friend hopped on, and I wasn't even talking yet. And then I talked after all 3 testimonials were shared. So by the time I spoke, guess what? Everyone is more prone to have an open ear, open heart, and they're more likely to say, okay, I trust this person, I trust this person, I trust this person. So this person has something I need to know, and let me pay attention. And they're more likely to be engaged. So yeah, this is basically the structure of it. We'll go to the next slide. And these are my top secrets. So thank you for being here today. These are my top secrets that you get as a gift. I usually get a kit like this, where I basically, on the digestive enzymes, if you have not tried this experiment, it's really important for you to try it. I always have 2 jars, 2 of these empty jars, and I put oatmeal on each one with water at the same level. And there's one version without ignite, and there's a version with 2 ignites. You have to twist open 2 ignites. And if you try this experiment at home, you have to try it before you go to a home party. You haven't done it. Don't do this live if it's your first time. You have to do it on your own first. Tell me the difference of what a body would look like if they have no support on supplementation, and what a body will do when they have support with supplementation. So after the age of 30, a human being has less digestive enzymes, which digestive enzymes help break down proteins. The more of a protein person you are, the more meals you eat per day, guess what? The more assistance you need to break down those proteins. And that's where you have the support on your metabolism. So a lot of the people have their metabolism really low. So this is going to be really one of your top sellers when you explain what the reason of the digestive enzymes. And if you show the live example, you better be sure to pack 10 of these Ignite on that coffee party, because everyone's going to want to take Ignite home. So you can definitely reach your goal. And you can use any brand on the oatmeal. It does not matter as long as it's oatmeal. Because on the oatmeal, the digestive enzymes, Ignite, all it's going to do is break down, and it's going to go smaller and smaller. It's going to be like a shaker. It's going to blend really tiny the oatmeal. And on the opposite side, where there is no Ignite, the only function that the oatmeal does is fluff up as if it's popcorn. So what do you prefer? Do you prefer to feel bloated with no digestion, or do you prefer to feel light and receive the nutrients that your body needs for you to feel having a flatter tummy? So which of those 2 would you prefer to have? So of course we need supplementation on our daily basis. And the other one I have is the cheat capsule, which helps absorb carbs, oils, and grease. So everyone loves to eat and not control themselves at times. So this is really important. The experiment for this is just grab a bottle like this, empty jar, and put water, and so you can spray some oil, or add any oil that they have at home, or you take your own oil. And oil and water does not go right. But when you add 2 cheats on here, the only function it's going to do, you have to experiment at home. The only function it's going to do is going to clog up a layer of the oils that you put in there. So that's basically a visual presentation of what our supplement does, which next time you eat a donut, next time you eat a pizza, next time you eat a lasagna, and you take 2 cheats before your meals, and you drink your tea at the times it's supposed to, then guess what? If you're gonna eat and not feel the food that you ate, which is what our supplementation does, is one of the 4 pleasures of life, which is eating without guilt. So if a person hears, do you want to lose weight without guilt eating? Yes. So make sure you pack 10 of those at the coffee parties and help your friends out and have the secret to life, which is eating without guilt. So we'll have the next slide, please. So you definitely have to get those and do the experiments yourself. After you're done with the presentation, you know, if you're going one by one, definitely welcome the people to do an evaluation and metabolism evaluation. So I do recommend to get the OMRUN, which is one of the machines we have where it captures people's weight, structure, and basically how much, what their body says. There's a whole other training on that, but you have to get that if you haven't done so. Explore it. There's a video on YouTube. You can learn how to do it, and the faster you get to learn that, the better, because you can, even if you don't do a full coffee party with massive people, you can take that on individual home visits, you know, one by one doors, and evaluate people. They're gonna know their numbers, and you have your toolkit, and it's a yes or yes. So you can definitely reach your goal by the end of the month. And after you're done with the coffee party, make sure you get their phone number, make sure you text them, make sure they save their number, make sure you get their social media, Facebook, Instagram, be friends with them, and ensure you do the third step, which is follow up with the client that has trusted in you, or the person, the teammate who invited them. So make sure that their teammate, it has their contact, and that they're gonna be having those results. And the last photo that I have here is if you're able to tell them, hey, awesome, you know, we had such a fun time. Oh my goodness, we had a great time. Let's take a picture. Let's take a picture. Let's take a picture and capture the before moment. This is a big moment. This is the end of, you know, the past. We're gonna do a new transformation. We're gonna go far, and we're gonna meet your goal where you get those 40 pounds up, you know. So whatever you want to say to get that picture, because when you get that picture, what does it say? It means you're someone trustworthy. People are talking to you, you're talking to them, you're showing proof of your work. And the more you promote yourself on social media that you're doing the work, you're gonna get requested more coffee parties. And whoever did not attend to that coffee party, guess what? They're gonna be like, oh my goodness, I missed out. I should go to the next one. Wow, looks like fun. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be attentive on the next one that she posts. So everything has its beginning and its end. So if you want to keep the rhythm going on that coffee party, this flow really helps. So it also helps you keep track of the faces of all your clients, and help remember with the names and everything. So we'll go to the next one. Thank you. So at the end, based on the whole event, the coffee party, you're gonna have people value. You're gonna have, and they're gonna sell you if you're the one who started the coffee party, but they're gonna sell the leader, like your leader who you're helping. They're gonna sell her or him, right? And that leader that is gonna receive the funds. And guess what? Are they more likely to do another coffee party if they're getting Zelle, ding, 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 high packages, 5 products, 6 products, 7 products? Of course, they're going to want to learn how to do it. They're going to want to rehearse. They're going to want to do their own, and they're going to have to. They want to do multiple. Because say 10 people show up, is it better to go to 10 different houses? Different times of the day, different times of the week, different gas tank, different structures, or do you prefer have all 10 in one slot, in one space, and save yourself all that traveling, all that? So that's the smart structure of having a coffee party. Attend, share with the most amount of people. That way you can save time and go to your next one. So with based on the income flow through that day, if the person is already an affiliate, they receive the full commission and they have to restock, right, for the inventory. But if it's a person who referred you and they're not part of the business, they don't have a code, and it was just a friend who referred you, they don't want to be engaged, you can ask them, look, we help so many people. Are you sure you don't want to be part of this to help more and get the full commission? If they say no, then you can give them the $10, 25% commission out of what the full coffee party result was. And if they say yes, I'm interested, I didn't think it was going to be a huge thing, but I'm seeing it works, then that's a great opportunity for you to know, okay, well, this is the next step for you to be part of the company, and that way we can work towards that commission. So it's a really win-win on both sides. You can do it for those who are referrals, you can do it with those who are learning, and basically you'll duplicate massively. And definitely remember that to have fun. And if you, at the end, it's really important, if there's cash, to pay the person on the spot or on the side, but you can ask at the very end after the photo or during the photo, hey, by the way, if you like me to give you a coffee party for your own family, someone who bought packets already, I'm open I'm open during the weekdays, Mondays and Wednesdays. If you'd like to take advantage and book yours right now, and bring out your agenda, your calendar, and book it right there. And you can say your times. Are you open in the mornings or at night, or mornings or afternoons? They tell you, and they're like, oh, you know what? I can't do the weekday. How about the weekend? Which is what you want to have, weekends most likely. But you say Monday and Wednesday. That way, they're more likely to choose a weekend. And you can say, because it's you, because you're a really good sport. I'm willing to make the availability and open up my schedule to help you on the weekends. And you're more likely to book it. And you just confirm and ask them to send you a photo, and you do your flyer. You can do a flyer with both of you standing next to each other, and it looks like you're collaborating, and obviously it really helps with your projection. So we'll go to the next one. And so for those of you who attended yesterday's Zoom meeting in English, and we had this question asked for a triple diamond, how do I make my check? An example was 2,000, and you receive $25 commission. That means you need about 80 products per month. So on the next slide, when we broke it down, those 80 products divided by 4, you have a goal of 20 products per week, and you divide that by 7 days, you get minimal of 3 products per day to reach your goal of your 80, right? If you want the $2,000 extra income. So guess what? If you do 4 coffee parties in a full month, Saturday, you have 10 people, 10 or 5. You're going to over exceed your 3 minimum products per day. You're going to over exceed possibly your 80 per month. You're going to over exceed what you have for the month. So this is how you distribute massively in a time, and on a critical time, and very wise. So we'll go to the next one. And this is how you create massive duplication. We have Ileana Alvarez. She's from San Diego. She did her first coffee party this past weekend. And we have Leticia. She's from Ivanhoe, California. She had her first coffee party. And then we collaborate with my sister in Citrus Aesthetics here in Salinas. So Ileana, thank you. I saw your message right now. She did really great. It was her first time, saying her testimony. It was her first time. Everything you see on the table is her product. Everything you see, we collaborated. I brought the kit, but we're basically duplicating. So I'm behind the scenes. You don't see me in any of those photos. And I don't want to be in any of those photos. My mission is to have them be seen. Here and there, I take a selfie just because, for me to capture like a slight moment just for my own media. But my main focus is to take a picture of them presenting, even if it's for 3 minutes. That way they can use it for their content, they can use it for their social media, it boosts their confidence, and it shows that they're presenting, which is what we want. So definitely help each other out. If you're going to be a guest in one of the coffee parties, definitely take pictures for those who are presenting here, not the whole thing, but just snapshots, so you can help that person with their business, and we can help each other out. So it's a win-win for all. So we'll go to the last slide. I believe it's one more. And with that said, you have to live the experience to practice the experience. And I'm not an expert always, but through the practice you get the gist of it, and you moderate, you adjust, and you get the rhythm down, and it's through one part, you keep going, you keep going. But it's really important that you attend or annual event to get more inside information. If you have any other questions that were not answered today or throughout the meetings, please know that we're here for you. We're here to support you. We're here to guide you. We're here to give you the best service, quality service, and you have to attend these leadership trainings. That way you can take your business to the next level, and you can break records in our English speaking community, because we're looking for you. We need you. We need presenters. We need people to take that leap of faith and expand all their talents, all their skill sets, all their knowledge, and their life experiences here. We need you. We need a lot of you. So we want to give you the warm welcome to attend these trainings. Very important. That way you know what we are representing. What does Vida Divina mean? The why, and you're more likely to step out of your door of your apartment or your house or your studio and go to those coffee parties, because you have a why, you have a vision, and you know why you're sharing it and why you're helping people. So that's it for today. I want to thank you for your time, and our CEO, Armin Pujol, and all the leaders for this opportunity.
Oh, let me unmute. All right, now, guys, did Jasmine deliver or not? Did she deliver or not? If y'all thought she delivered, drop a